Hi, I'm Andy Roddick. I love tennis and was lucky enough to play it for a living. I finished in the top 10 9 times and was world #1. Like any athlete, I've had my share of disappointments. In those moments of disappointment, I wish I would have handled myself half as well as Wilfredo Gonzalez, the courageous young man whose story you're about to hear. He really does have the winning edge.
My heart will start beating really fast all of a sudden, and it will stop like 30 seconds after. So I thought it was nothing serious. But then we were playing at Rice. My heart started beating really fast. It lasted like 10 minutes and I couldn't stop it. I couldn't control it. So I got really scared, and that was the moment in which I decided I needed to have the surgery. I started in tennis back in Guatemala since I was like 4 or 5 years old. My father, he's the best coach. I started winning national tournaments, then I started going outside of the country. He did a great effort in the financial side. We have to go outside of the country, and it's something very expensive. My dad, he managed his contacts, so much effort to get people to help me. That way I was able to travel and to compete. I love the pressure. I like the competition. I hate to lose. I think performing well under pressure inside the court, it transfers for my life outside of the court.
I first met Wilfredo at the Orange Bowl tournament here in Miami. I realized how good of a competitor he was, and finally we got him here at the University of Miami. Last year he received an academic award, All-ACC athlete. He's a tremendous student as well.
What I've observed about Wilfredo, what makes him a great athlete, not only is he agile, quick, in great condition, he's mentally tough.
The training here at the University of Miami is different in the way that here I'm with a team. I practice with 7 more players that have a really high level. We have to be very disciplined in order to accomplish good grades and a good level of tennis.
Up, down, 9.
Wilfredo is an unbelievable teammate. He holds his teammates to a very high standard. He makes them reach that standard, and that's why he's one of our greatest leaders here in the university.
Part of the process with our incoming student athletes is they get a pre-participation physical. When we saw Wilfredo's EKG, it was sent to Dr. Robert Meyerberg. We knew that this was something on the EKG that we were concerned about, that this could disrupt his tennis playing.
I was concerned, I was a little bit shocked. We had already started our season. He had already played a few matches.
We found something on his screening electrocardiogram that identified a syndrome that creates a risk for heart rhythm disturbances. I've had players with this sort of thing where it interferes with their performance, and in rare cases, certain circumstances, can actually lead to sudden death. We talked about the things we could do about it, one of which is a procedure where we actually go in and interrupt the tract that causes the heart rhythm disturbance.
When they diagnosed I had an arrhythmia, I didn't want to get surgery. We were in the middle of the season and it was my first year. I just didn't want to stop playing. But then after the Rice incident, I got really scared and I decided that was the best thing.
He was extraordinarily mature about this whole thing, and I'm pleased to say it was successful.
I got a lot of confidence because everybody told me, we're gonna pray for you.
After the surgery, I thought he was going to be like at least 2 months out. 1 week after, he was already playing. But I think the guy is like a machine.
Wilfredo comes in every day, works with our strength coaches, goes out there and plays tennis, and he's been feeling great ever since the procedure.
Wilfredo was in my sport intro class this summer where he stood out. He was kind, he was pleasant, and the students enjoyed working with him.
I like to tell people that everything you do counts. I had troubles before coming here because in high school I thought having C's was okay, but people will look at the effort you put. I'm double majoring in economics and sports administration. My family is from Guatemala. We all live together. I have 2 siblings, 1 brother, 1 sister. And so since we are everybody under the same roof, we are very united, very close. So I'm very blessed because I have friends and I see so many people that their parents are divorced or they are separated from their brothers or sisters. So I'm blessed. We are all still together. I stay connected to go praying every day. I feel bad if I don't. Whenever I can, I try to go to church. It's a really quiet place and I feel it's the best place for reflection.
Wilfredo is my best friend, he's my brother, and I know I can trust him for anything. And I know that all the teammates trust him as well, you know.
I like to be with my friends and just talking to them. I feel there's no better hobby than just talking to a person rather than watching a movie or playing video games. I feel that communication is good for them, is good for me, and it keeps us happy.
Wilfredo, he's the first one to say hello to kids that come to the matches. I was having my tennis camp here. We had a bunch of kids around. I all of a sudden saw Wilfredo teaching the kids, explaining to them how to hit a forehand, hit a backhand, and the volleys.
I encourage kids to believe in something. I tell them, look, everything you do counts. We'll give you something back. Whatever you put in, you will get that. If something bad happens now, if a door closes right now, another will open later. You just gotta think about the mistake, make the correction, and move on. I really thank God for that He gave me, because without Him, I wouldn't be what I am now. The real winning edge for me is faith and hard work.